Hi, in a previous video I have shared my CTET journey and my exact preparation strategy. I prepared on my own, and if you are also planning to prepare for the CTET on your own, do go and watch this video as you may be able to take away a few practical tips for your CTET preparation. I was motivated to attempt the CTET because at the same time I was building up my CTET master classes and building up content and strategies for the same, and I believe that this experience of attempting the CTET paper helped me in curating a better experience for my students. However, every experience has two sides, the good and the bad, and I would like to share with you the benefits that I gained and the pain points I faced when I attempted to prepare for the CTET on my own. I am Dr. Swasti and I train teachers and to-be teachers crack the CTET in their first attempt. Now in this video, I have looked at my CTET preparation journey not from my own side but from the side of my students. I have reflected it as to how would your journey be if you decide to attempt the CTET on your own. So what is the good that you can expect and what are the pain points that you must prepare yourself for if you are preparing for the CTET on your own? So let's dig in. Let's start with the good. One, you are in command of your own learning. In any class, whether it's my class or any class that you attend, there is a certain way in which the curriculum is given to you and you have to follow that curriculum. Now, generally a person who prepares on their own, they are independent learners. You're all teachers and trainee teachers yourself. So you have an element of being independent in what you know. And when you're preparing on your own, you are in command of your study. The structure, the time, the syllabus, everything is under your command. So there is more sense of ownership when you're studying on your own. Two, you set the time. Not everybody has the same amount of time or are free at the same time or are free at that particular time when the class is held. Some of you might have more time in the morning, some of you might have more time in the evening, maybe you study while you're traveling. However, classes, especially if they are synchronous classes, one-to-one classes, so they set the time for you and you may have to attend classes at that time. Of course, you can always watch the videos. But with regard to time, you don't have to study along at the same time with everybody. You can study on your own time and that's a very big advantage. And three, you also set the pace. Now, a class will generally go at an average pace. But for example, if you are very good in math, you will have to wait at an average pace so that everybody in the class can kind of catch up. And that might be very frustrating for you. On the other hand, if you take the flip side, maybe you are not that good at math and somebody else is or rest of your classmates are good at math and they are going faster and you might want to spend more time with that section. When you're studying on your own independently, then you can set the pace that you want. So according to me, these are the three and very important plus points of preparing on your own. In case you're someone who has prepared for the CTET on their own and has a few more points to add, do put it in the comments below. However, be prepared to face a few challenges. I have listed down the top 5 that I feel. The most important is time. You need a lot of time to curate the content to be studied. While I was preparing, my learning started as step 3 out of 5. For steps 1 and 2, I was only collecting data as to what is the exam strategy, what is the pattern, what is the scoring key. All this takes time. So my advice to you would be that be consistent, keep 15 to 20 minutes every day and watch some good videos. There are many good videos for CTET preparations available. Do it consistently and before you start learning, ensure that you are aware about the foundation. That will help you in your preparation journey. Learning doesn't take much time, but note preparation does. The time that you would take to learn something, whether you're in a class or you're going by it yourself, is the same. There isn't much of a difference. But what takes time are preparing of those notes. So when you're learning on your own, you have to make your own notes and do consider this much time. Now these notes are very important because you have to keep revising these notes over and over again in order to learn. So all I can say by way of helping you is that whenever you are watching a video, do it intently. Prepare notes so that later on you don't think, what is it that I learned? Oh, I heard it somewhere. Yes, the syllabus is vast and you have to keep preparing notes, where to get answers and explanations for the PYP. Now, the CTET website will provide you with the question papers. It will also provide you with the answer key. But when you're studying on your own and you've got an answer right or wrong, especially when you've got it wrong, you need somebody to explain to you the mistake that you have made and how to correct that. So those explanations are missing. And when I was studying on my own and there was something I didn't understand, I had to spend a lot of time going back to YouTube, checking answers, understanding them, and then explaining it not only to myself but to my students. So when you're in a class, it's your teacher who takes care of that. But however, if you're doing it alone, do keep that much time so that the explanations are clear to you. Overstudying. Yes, you heard that right. So all my students, and many of them have got it alone, they're all teachers and student teachers, and whenever they pick up a topic, especially if it is CDP or social science or science, they study it as if they're going to give a B.Ed exam or a school exam. But the CTET exam is not like that. You only need to understand the core 20%, Pareto principle again, and that will be enough. So there is no need to do too much in-depth studies as if you're going to give a thesis on it. So don't overstudy. Focus only on the core concepts. And finally, when you are studying alone, it's very difficult to know where is it that you stand in the race. A class provides you with a group, cohort, and at least you know where you stand amongst 10 people, 50 people, 100 people. So what is it that you can do? Well, don't start it in the beginning, but once your learning is done, maybe you could join one of the mock tests which will happen 15 days prior to any CTET exam. It's given by a lot of YouTubers, a lot of sites, and you can join there so that you know where you stand. Of course, you will know where you stand right at the end, which is a disadvantage, but that's the best advice I can offer. So I hope your preparation journey is clear for you. Whether you prepare alone or you go with a mentor, know that each has its advantages and disadvantages. Only you know your situation the best. But whether you go it alone or take on a mentor, my advice to you is that if you are a school teacher or a trainee teacher, make sure that qualifying CTET is on the top of your priority list. Thank you for watching this video.